Is there a doctor in the fish? Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Today we've got a new GAC report, video, whatever you want to call it, for Professor X. This is the third match out of 9 that we're going to be covering this season in GAC, and I've gotten a lot of questions. What am I doing with this account? Why am I potentially going to get rid of it after this season? And first off, I'll say nothing is certain right now. I'm not sure what I want to do. I need to figure it out. It is in the middle of being planned. However, the idea is this account is very similar to my main account at this point. Even though I've spent very little money on it, it's caught up to the point where it's, to a lot of people, kind of indistinguishable from my main account. And so I might ditch this one, even though I spent so much time and effort on it. Honestly, this is my baby. This is an account that I've worked on for years. I might give it up for a new account. So then I'd have a new player account, an 8 million account, and then my 13 million main account. So that's what I've been thinking about. I don't know for sure what's going to happen. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, folks. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, with respect, of course. But let's get into the actual match right after I say thank you to my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you got to do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm, shall we? Let's get to it, folks. So, first, let's talk about, we've added a new summary page, stats summary. So, here's the GP for this match. We're in the finals today, folks. We won our last 2 matches, and if we win this one, we can get into Kyber 1, which is our birthright, obviously. And my opponent has the advantage on almost everything. The one thing I think is interesting is we are beating them pretty consistently, pretty hard on GAC Omicrons. They are beating us in overall Omicrons, but I think that's more territory war. I think my opponent is, in fact, part of Red Machine, one of the Red Machine guilds, which is a Russian guild. So relics, as you might expect, with the more GP, they do have more relics than me. Pretty big advantage, which that's fine. Datacrons, this one is actually they have way more rerolls and level 9 Datacrons than my main account has. And you know, I make videos about it. I spend a lot of time studying and working on Datacrons, and my main account has significantly lower rerolls and level 9s than this. So very impressive, fairly intimidating, however. And then modding, they're beating me pretty much everywhere. We're tied on one area, and then everything else. Look at those plus 4% offense on the very bottom right. They're almost doubling me. It's crazy. It's very impressive. Very good roster. And I don't know what to do. Looking at the characters, they also have, I've added a new slide for this one as well. We have Lord Vader, a Lord Vader deficit, a shortage of Lord Vader. We also don't have Gungans. We don't have Master Qui-Gon or Padawan Obi. And we're going to see all of that on defense, guys. This is a very challenging defense. This is a really tough match. So my defense, it hasn't changed since last time. We even have those worthless murder bears there. Now on their defense here, folks. So I placed 4 out of my 7 Galactic Legends on defense. They have Visible. They have Jedi Master Kenobi and Jabba. That's all that I can see. Though you assume there's going to be Rey in the back. That you just gotta have to assume that. Then, otherwise, look at the. They also have the squad that is one of the best, at least, at stopping Darth Bane using Padme, and then the 2 lover boys, as we call them, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, or what? I need to come up with a good name for them, but the Queen Amidala team, and then they also have a Gungan team with Jar Jar and all that stuff. This is a terrifying lineup, guys. This is very challenging. I can't believe this is in Kyber 2. I can't believe we run into this, especially because we're making videos about it. So let's get into the actual fight, though, because the one thing I will say is, for the most part, we know what we're going to try in that bottom zone. Getting past the Gungans is going to be one of the most challenging things. But, I mean, there's a lot of failure points here, folks. Let's get into it. So First off, of course, we're going to go into the Queen Amidala team with Darth Bane. I like having Set here with me because their initial hits back are going to hit Set instead of hitting Bane, which is that makes a difference. It really does. You know, they'll kill Set. There you go. He gone. But they didn't kill Bane, and if they'd hit hard enough, they might have been able to. So now we're just swinging, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're dead. They died. They're gone. Cheers. Just so brutal, man. I mean, then he almost killed Bane there. You don't want to try to reduce their cooldowns because you can't, because Queen Amidala is crazy. Now we're gonna use Inquisition here to fight the Gungans because I don't have a good option, guys. He's showing Kenobi on defense, and because he's showing Kenobi there, that means we have to save our own Kenobi. That's basically a rule. Like, we have to do that. If you had hidden Kenobi in the back, we might have seen fit to try to gamble a little bit. I mean, probably not, because a lot of people like to hide those kinds of things, and this kind of roster really likes to trap like that. But we're kind of just stuck, though, folks. We're doing some damage to the shield generator, and that's all wizard and such. But they're. Man, Inquisition are just not the answer here, folks. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to slightly spoil it here. I mean, it's not much of a spoiler. The Inquisition aren't the answer. At least not until... They might be... Look at that. They killed Reva with one shot there because they don't allow revives. Okay, so... Yeah, Gungans aren't the answer. However... Sorry, Inquisition aren't the answer to the Gungans until, of course, the Datacrons are gone. Then all bets are off. We'll figure out how to beat the frogs. But now we're using Bo-Katan. Here's the really tricky part, and I've gotten this from a lot of fights with Gungans and a lot of frustration. There's this time period, folks, where between and probably this is modding as well. But if you get Jar Jar. Jar Jar has the pre-taunt, right? He's got you can see him punching my guy over there. He's got the pre-taunt in the form of Death Mark. So once you shoot at him, that goes away. But then there's not a pre-taunt here. The idea here, guys, because my Bo-Katan does not have the ignore taunt ability. That's an Omicron I don't have. It's unfortunate we don't have it, but that's just what we have to play with, right? So we have Bo-Katan. Needs to call the mass assist on the shield generator. You can see that there's a visual bug. You can't see how many stacks, but the shield generator is very much alive and well. The idea is you need someone to shoot Jar Jar right now to get rid of his death mark. Then you need Bo-Katan to go next, or you need Beskar Mando to go into poop stance so that he can get enough whistling birds to one-shot the shield generator. Those are my two things I'm banking on before that shield generator starts taunting. So they're taking lots of turns. We need someone to shoot Jar Jar. And okay, so they actually killed Paz there, and so now we can just do that. He dies. He comes back because we have the Omicron on Bo-Katan for her lead, and now we call the mass assist with Bo-Katan here, and just managed to kill the shield generator before that taunt goes out, which is a fairly big deal. Obviously, we managed to get that. I mean, the fact that they just murdered the hell out of poor Paz there. Could someone please just give us? Could they just make Bo-Katan and Paz scoundrels, or at least let us be able to heal them with Bando? Please, I would love that so much. Anyways, they've got a bunch of damage immunity here, which means they're not going to hit me back when we do the AoE for the most part. And they're all dazed anyways. So let's go into Whistling Birds. So they're still capable of doing a lot of damage. And now we can put blind on all of them. So here, let's set them on fire. Oh, look at that. Jar Jar just freaking died. That's a wonderful thing. Don't you wish that had happened in the movies? Don't you wish he had died on some beach in Xaereth? Let's kill Boss Nass to make sure we don't have to see another shield generator at least. And now, I mean, at this point, the Gungan army are in full retreat. They need to blow their little whistle, like, woo! And here, Turples is telling the Phalanx, like, don't give up, Jar Jar. Misa think of something. Oh, actually, it's the Bombardier. And he didn't think of something. That we would have laughed at him if we had said that. Alright, I just made a video on how to do this, folks, and I think I used this footage on how to beat Jabba with Starkiller. But this is part of the fight, and this is always obviously a little bit dicey, and there's never a perfect overlap for videos. So here's the idea, folks. We're using Emperor Palpatine here as a means to kill Jabba. You just use shock spam on him, so you take 1,000,000 turns in a row. You just want everyone to have shock. You get 95% turn meter every single time you use shock, and then you just want to make sure you get staggers from Mara Jade when you can. You want to get tenacity down on everyone. You want to keep them from gaining momentum like this. Shock is also really nice against a Jabba team because they get reactive turn meter, and shock stops them from gaining bonus turn meter at all, including reactive turn meter. And so, yes, we could kill Boosh. I kind of like just zapping them because they're not taking turns at all. Even though we could get Starkiller involved potentially, we want to be careful to make sure that everyone's kind of close-ish to death first. We also want to make sure we're watching the clock, right? So we have about 2.5 minutes, and this Chrysanthemum doesn't have the Omicron on it, at least, which is nice. That makes him a lot tankier. Trying to decide when do we want to call the Star Destroyer of Healing, because it would be nice to get perfect banners here. Decided to hold off for one time because Jabba's inevitably going to take one more turn. There it goes. He's going to summon Chrysanthemum, and then in theory we can use the Star Destroyer to kill Chrysanthemum. Obviously we butchered that hairy freak before he managed to take a turn, and I did take Fulcrum Ahsoka here. This was, though, I think that ended up being a mistake. I mixed it up with my Prevail Man account, my smallest account, because I've been experimenting using Reva on a different team, on the Cere Malicos team, and so Fulcrum was available, so that's kind of bite us in a little bit, guys. But one way or another, we've got Dark Trooper Moff Gideon here to fight this Kellran Beck team, and I don't know for sure, I never checked, but it seems like they're modded for health or something, because look at how tanky Grandmaster Yoda is here, folks. He's just not dying. And I know that Barriss is playing a part of it, but I've never been part of one of the, like, usually Grandmaster Yoda just dies there in that place, in my experience, and maybe I don't have as much experience as I think I have with this, but I do think Grandmaster Yoda, quote unquote, should have died. The one thing that I guess you can keep in mind is Ki-Adi-Mundi does boost Grandmaster Yoda's health to ridiculous levels. If you look at his Zeta, it's actually fairly impressive. So, anyways, we need a cleanse here. Man, look at how it's just so disturbing how Dark Trooper Moff Gideon's teams just full heal so often. There's a couple full heal buttons, and it's just it must be demoralizing. So finally, get the kill shot on Mace Windu. It's been almost half of our time. We've only killed one character. Now, he is the tank. He's an important character. But I think one thing we should also note, folks, is we're not using the Kellran Beck Datacron. I don't know what they're using, some kind of Jedi Cron, I think. I don't think they're using Kellran Beck, though, because they're not increasing their protection number, which is good. I mean, it really is. But remember, this account, I have 3 Relic 8s on the team, and then my 2 tanks, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and Stormtrooper, are, what, 6 and 4 respectively. And I'll get those relics up eventually, but yeah, I guess let's just try to take Barriss out here, shall we? Or should we try to kill? Yeah, let's just try to take Barriss out. Oh, yeah, I was hitting someone else because I didn't want to heal Barriss with the hit that I was about to do, because it wasn't going to be a strong hit, but it probably would have been a crit, which would have healed her. So now that Barriss is gone, we can just, you know, as long as we can clear in 1 minute and 20 seconds, we should be good. And remember, we have to kill him twice. But it shouldn't be too tough, honestly. Once you take care of his protection, then you have to take, you know, his health. His health pool isn't impressive. So we should be okay. Get death mark on him. Boom. Got him. 64 banners. Never a doubt, folks. Now we see what's in the back zone, and then we can plan a little bit. We're going to go back to the slideshow, because those slideshows are fun, right? Okay, so then we've got Rey here, as predicted. We've got the Tuskens, and then we've got a GG STAP team, which kind of surprised me. It's got the Omicron, it's got the Datacron, and it's a scary team here, folks. So let's real quick, let's go back to the slideshow, and let's talk about a little bit of planning here. So here's what's in the back zone, folks. You can see all the teams left, and so here are my best teams remaining. I mean, I have other teams I have a ton of other teams that we could be bringing into things, into the discussion, but we don't want to overcomplicate things. So the first thing we need to do, though, what I always say is, first things you have to, well, first off, you want to narrow down the total amount of things you have to counter, right? Like, you have to narrow the field so that you have a clearer picture. And so the first thing we're going to do is just use Jedi Master Kenobi to kill their Jedi Master Kenobi. If that doesn't work, then we need to know right away. And there's not a chance, like, I don't have any other teams that really threaten his Kenobi. So if this doesn't work, we need to know. But also, there's not another team we're not like, oh, we could actually just switch and use this team instead. Like, this is all or nothing, basically. So let's go back to the video. We'll get back to this in just a minute here, folks. But back to the video. Let's go kill Kenobi if possible. And so people say I'm overcomplicating it by just by actually playing it, and I honestly don't agree. First off, you kill their cat in exchange for Grandmaster Yoda. Grandmaster Yoda's dead. Apparently I put a transition in there. And now we're just biding our time here, folks. We need Cat to put her that ability, Xian, is that what it's called, onto Kenobi, and then we need to pop the ult and then get a lot of assists so that Cat can chop these guys down, and it'll be great. It'll be the most fun you've ever had, almost certainly, but that's not a high standard to have, to be honest. So we're just doing basics from Cat, waiting until the right moment to one-shot Jedi Master Kenobi. People say that you can just hit auto at this point and you automatically win. I've seen a couple instances, so I failed that myself. I've seen a couple instances of other people also failing it. So I don't know really what the difference is, what the win condition is, but I don't think it's foolish to manually play this. People saying I'm foolish for doing that are, I feel like, not getting the complete picture of what all is going on. A lot of people, I mean, I get that a lot, honestly. Like, that happens when you play near the top, and not that I'm like the best player or whatever, but I do think that there's a certain disconnect of people are like, dude, that works every time. Obviously that works every time, and it doesn't, you know. Okay, so we gotta wait. Gosh, we're so close here, guys. We're so close. Gotta wait until he has less protection up, so that we can get that one-shot hit from Cat to kill Kenobi, and then at least we can clean this squad up if we need to. So yeah, I guess let's just hit snips a little bit for funsies. Boom, got him. All right, cool. Got snips, and now we can kill Padme, potentially. called that assist, just to make sure that we're, I don't know, getting a little bit bigger hit from Cat. There we go, 62. 62 foolish banners that I should not have played, apparently. I'm making it way too... Okay, so hold on. Whoa. Okay, so this requires a little bit more decision making. You to see what the final result is of my decision making. But all right, so let's delete Kenobi here and let's resort to the dangerous squads that I don't have a set for sure counter for, and then the solved ones. So like Rey is dangerous, but we already know that we're gonna add Cere. We're gonna beat her with Cere, and then the trench team. We have a few different teams that can beat it, and we're just trying to not to have too much complication. So we're not going to talk about that right now. You'll see what I end up doing. You also have the Tuskens that we have a few different solutions for them as well. So the biggest thing here, folks, is I want to use Malgus on everything here, on all these teams. Like, he beats 5 out of these 6 teams. He doesn't beat Rey. He beats the other ones, though. And so, which ones do we need to beat? The problem is, Sith the Eternal Emperor doesn't beat that Finn Zorri team. You would also really struggle with Sith Eternal Emperor to beat the General Grievous team, and so immediately you think, okay, Sith Eternal Emperor probably needs to be slotted in to try to take out that Cere Malicos team. It's probably something he can do. In addition to that, Jedi Master Luke is not going to beat that STAP team, that General Grievous STAP team. He's going to have to try to take down that Finn Zorri team, because he can't kill, and he could kill the Malicos team, maybe. That would be really dicey, but he could do that. But that if we do all this, then that would leave Malgus to fight General Grievous and STAP. But first we need to see if we can kill that Finn Zorri team, because the General Grievous STAP team, we could find something to whittle it down. We might be able to, like, I have Treya available. She might be able to do something. There's a few different teams that we could potentially use on it. The Finn Zorri team is extremely dangerous, though, and that's the one that we need to have the highest priority for. So let's get back, and the first thing we need to do is make sure we can beat this team. Because if this doesn't work, then we have to use Malgus here, because that's our only other team that could possibly work. So let's hand the turn over to Luke. We can stun everyone, and here's the really scary part, guys. So you see that little blue effect over all their heads? That means we have not damaged their health yet at all. You have to get rid of all of those little blue effects in order to kill the team. And so there's not a lot of like, Zorri is the huge problem here, because she could just stay in stealth indefinitely, and there's just the taunt from Holdo that means we can't really target anyone else anyway. So the idea is we need, like you can have Jedi Cal hit their health. You can do that if you use his whirlwind ability, then call him to assist. Then he'll have a riposte. He'll be able to hit them under their protection, and that's a great way to do things a lot of times, but you really need to do damage to Zorri. And so Zorri was only kind of a smallish relic level, and so we were able to do the AoE from Jedi Master Luke and get her into damage. Now we need to hurt Holdo here now. So here, I saved the whirlwind effect for Jedi Knight Cal, and now he got a turn. Now everyone's available for death, folks. We can take anyone out at this point. So we kill their lead, and everything's looking fairly nice, honestly. And then they go on this insane run here, folks, where they're just killing Jedi Master Luke. It's very sad, and we really don't. I mean, even with the lead gone, this is still going to be a very strong, very challenging to beat team because of that Holdo Cron. And so they're just taking all these turns, guys, and Jedi Master Luke just frickin' dies. Oh my gosh, tragic. It's so, oh my gosh. Never thought that we'd kill the lead and then die like this. Usually it's pretty one-sided. It's like, okay, they either blow us away or we get the win. And so we need to get a turn with Jedi Cal. Well, we need to get a couple turns. If he can survive long enough, then he'll be able to, and we're just going turtle mode here, guys. That's what we're doing. Just full turtle mode. if we can get him to survive long enough, goodbye to Hoda, get the stun here, then we can get the kill on Holdo at least, and then this is clean-upable at this point. But it looks like maybe we can just get the low banner win anyways. Yeah, dropped 11 banners, but whew, close run thing, folks. Really scary fight. So now we can use Malgus to fight GG STAP if we have to. And you can see this is what Marauder's take is the only one actually gaining turn meter, and like you can see we don't have turn meter right now. We kind of need them to fear themselves, really. Do like AoEs to do some AoEs or something to help. I don't know, make Malgus, I can't even talk. Make Malak fear them by critting me. So okay, let's take out STAP if we can. The whole goal here, folks, you know, it's already been kind of a messy GAC. Like, we've dropped a lot of banners here and there. We're you know, facing way higher relics, way stronger teams, and the idea here is at least make it so that we can multi-shot these if we need to. So killing STAP is going to take a ton of the momentum away from this team. It doesn't kill it entirely because they're level 3 on the Datacron is still really strong, but you can still really kind of, you know, you're going to hamper the team a lot by killing STAP. So we got STAP out, and now watch for a minute, guys. Well, look at how many health and how much health and protection, or just health, that Grievous has. He's like a half health here. We do a huge hit from our Relic 9 Malgus. Still doesn't kill. I mean, we still got him, but whew, what a crazy fight that was. Alright, so now we can use the Eternal Emperor here. And you'll note I did bring some buddies with him because I only have 3 Zetas on the Eternal Emperor. He's Relic 8, but only has 3 Zetas. So, and this team is not something you really want to mess around with too much. So we have to link Kylo Ren Unmasked, and then obviously do it to Malicos, sorry, because Malicos is constantly assisting. Every time someone else does a special, Malicos assists every time, and so we're gaining a lot of ultimate charge, which is great. Hey, look at that, armor is still alive. May as well just give those 3 stacks of Beskar ingots to say the Eternal Emperor. That's pretty fancy. I mean, I would even go as far as to say that it's fairly wizard, but I'm kind of crazy. Now we're ability blocked, which is a little nerve-wracking and crappy. Please stop with that. I think that was from Baby Cal's 30 stacks. Yeah, you can see I was telling the stream about it. I was gesturing with my mouse. Now, Cere chose the wrong target. She should have thrown at the Horn Chinian, but she shot her shot at a character who was immune to that nonsense, and so yeah, we're gonna get pretty poor banners here, but it looks like we're gonna get the win against this team, the one shot, and maybe we could have done it with less, but I wanted to be sure because this is a crazy defense, and getting one shots is going to be really important here. Pinching banners in a different way. So now they've got the trench team, and I think I had Treya available, which I probably should have just used Treya here, honestly, now that I'm thinking of it, but I liked the idea, at least, of using the GG STAP team, because you get a lot of turn meter, and I wanted to see if it was going to work. Now, remember, I thought I was safe here, like, hey, we stunned Jango, so he's going to take his next turn by not taking a turn, but, he's got damage immunity right now, so we can't hurt him, but I'm just like, okay, let's just stun lock the guy, kill Newt in the background, and then he immediately took a turn and did his AoE, and I realized, to my chagrin, I wasn't actually grinning, but he took his turn because he has the shield tech, and luckily he didn't do his huge hit on like B2 or Magnagard or STAP. He did it on B1, so he's kind of dumb. No one's ever accused that guy of very much mental acuity. But all right, we've got broken open into ships. He's got Leviathan, he's got Executor, and he's got Malevolence. But first, we've got to clear here. Now, we knew about this comp, or we knew that we were gonna have to fight Rey. Here's something though, folks. First off, General Kenobi, it does kind of throw a hitch in our in some of it, because they're gonna have damage immunity or crit immunity all over the place here. Also, we don't have Fulcrum Ahsoka because I was kind of an idiot and used her up on a team, on that Starkiller team earlier that I didn't need to do it in. So I do the AoE here just to dispel Kenobi from his taunt, and let's get some damage on Rey. So we don't have a tank, we don't have Fulcrum Ahsoka. We do have some rocks we can throw with Malicos. Get her into damage immunity, that's good. And then, but OG Kylo is terribly modded, guys. He's the worst. But all right, let's hope we can survive this ultimate. It'll be the ultimate test, if you will. It's the ultimate showdown. Is that a video I used to watch in high school? I don't remember. So bonus protection is also nice. All right, so we got Savior triggered with Cere. Let's throw their saber and just kill that insolent Kenobi. And now let's see if we can manage to kill Rey here with Maul. Do that one shot to kill Ben, and then we can kill Rey. Look at how fancy we are, folks. So no revives for anyone, of course, because Malicos is here. And now we're just waiting. I mean, we have 2.5 minutes. Well, we have plenty of time. We're just waiting to be able to take out Jedi Training Rey. Oh, there she goes. 63 banners, not too bad here, folks. So we're now we got Tuskens, and then honestly, don't leave yet though, folks, because the end results are crazy, and the fleets honestly do also get just they're so crazy. I disapprove. Dislike to the extreme, folks, but it's probably good to watch. Probably good watching. So, kill warrior here first, and so people ask me, they're like, dude, you talk about Admiral Raddus all the time. Like, what if you don't have Iden to kill? What if you don't have Dark Trooper Moff Gideon to kill? And I mean, obviously, you're not always going to have a target for AdRad, but I mean, most times you do. Most times you do. Now you can see that I'm hitting these guys strategically just to get rid of their stacks. Like, so Jin went and attacked the Tusken chieftain to get rid of all of his stacks because she couldn't be stunned or killed with all the dots that he was going to transfer to her. So, you know, be strategic, be wise. We got him. 65, not too bad. So we got the ground clear out. That was a really tough defense to get through, folks. It outdid me by quite a bit. So, all right, pretty standard counter here, folks. We're using Chimera versus Leviathan. Now, watch for turn. Like, if you're familiar with this counter, watch the turn order here, because something goes really strange, and I don't think it's something my opponent did. I think it was just the weird vagaries of fate. So, look at this. My TIE Fighter is supposed to get a turn right now. For whatever reason, he didn't get a turn. He's just sitting there with almost no turn meter. It's not because he's not wearing mods or something. But right now, we have to kill their Dorito if we can. And I was like, oh, you know what? I've heard about this. You can actually call TIE Defender to assist with Chimera here, and you can get the kill. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Let's try that. I've heard of that. He's got stacks of formation. Like, we should just be good to go. This is only relic 7 on the Dorito. We should be fine. So let's call him. Almost no damage. Like, what the heck? Okay, so let's dispel this thing on Sith Bomber and try again in a minute to kill the Dorito, and then Defender dies. Can we kill the Dorito though? Come on, kill the Dorito. And suddenly everyone is dead. We can't get reinforcements, and we just got to get out of here before they turn meter load. So, all right, we've got one desperate chance here, folks. We can beat this team with Profundity. We got to play fairly perfect though. So first, hand the turn meter immediately to Outrider. Despite you can't see Outrider's turn meter, almost has full turn meter, but hand the turn to him immediately. Get that 20% for him, and then we've already dispelled that taunt, so you can call You can call the assist on something. You just got to be careful, because right now we have tenacity up, so we're not going to get the thermal detonators for shooting that guy right now. But once tenacity up goes away, Outrider can get a ton of thermal detonators on him, and so you got to be really careful. You want to shoot something else, which is why a minute ago I chose to call and assist on their bomber while I had tenacity up, so that the taunt wouldn't be there. So when Outrider took a turn, I could target someone else. Okay, so they stunned Outrider. That's pretty wizard. Let's get Cassian in, and I was like, oh, let's call the master. Oh, everyone's dazed. I forgot about that. I'm still not perfect at this counter, frankly, guys. I barely know what I'm doing, but yeah, we've got 8 thermals on Outrider. We can't get a reinforcement in, but gosh, we are close. Okay, so hand the turn to Outrider. Can we get enough crits and assists to make it so that when the turn comes around again, we can delete their ship? Now, they deleted Falcon with the Sith bomber, with the Sith fighter, which is good in some ways. Felt a little bad. Now, I targeted someone who I could get a crit on, and we barely got the delete on the Leviathan. This isn't 100% counter, but oh my gosh. It's worth practicing a little bit, guys. I've practiced it some. Not too much, but okay. I got a reinforcement in, because I have another reinforcement after that could come and help us, because right now it's kind of looking like maybe we still don't win this. And have you guys ever had to push that break glass in case of emergency button that comes with Profundity? Like there's an ability that you can almost never push. I've only ever pushed it one time, but it's looking like maybe we'll get to do it. Like after you pop the ult, if they last for over 3 turns of Profundity turns, then you get to push the button. And I don't even know what it does. I don't remember. It's something cool though. I'm sure it is. I'm sure of it. So push the button. It does something really cool. See how it did that cool thing? You see it, I'm sure. You guys can let me know in the comments how you saw it, and I'll congratulate you, potentially. In my head, I probably won't say anything. So we got through that team. Thank goodness. Now, we can use Negotiator to beat Executor here. And remember, so they don't have enough relic levels to really threaten us with IG-88. And in fact, yeah, we got him. We got him. But you really do. So they did kill Marauder one time, which they got some good RNG there. But you need your Plo to be faster than your opponent, than any of your opponent's ships. And that includes IG-88 is usually the target, which is why I'm always saying get your Plo Koon to Relic 8. I know that sounds a little preposterous, but it really does help quite a bit. And all right, let's see it. So yeah, let's try to kill this. We got good timing there on the Houndstooth. We were able to just get the one shot, which is nice. Of course, I mean, not kind, but nice for us. It felt nice. I mean, we got the fairly straightforward kill there. Nice going. And then we do have we have the Raddus, though we don't have the highest relic levels, or I don't have mods on all the pilots and stuff. But well, I have mods. I don't have 6 E mods, and I haven't given them extra relics or anything. In a minute, we're gonna invite Paige Tico, Rose's hot sister, to join us, because that's something we do on stream sometimes. If you ever want to come watch on Twitch, please feel free. It's free. That's linked in the video description. And yeah, oh hey, hello there, Paige Tico, Rose's hot sister. So I'm just trying to, I don't want to call it the assist from Falcon. I want him to have the max stacks here, because now we're gonna get Zorri to come in, call the mass assist, and then we're gonna do the woo and delete everyone. Look at that. That's how you do it, son. So we got the clear. Fairly ugly. We dropped about, what, 80 total banners? Yeah, about 80 banners. And, I mean, we did fail a couple times, but I would say the fails that we had were, they were honest, if that makes any sense. And we used a lot, we used all our good teams up. So we'll see what my opponent can do to me. I was like, man, at least we acquitted ourselves well, right? Like, working. We worked it. We did a good job. Let's pat ourselves on the back. We can go home proud. All that stuff. So here's the final results, folks. I had to take screenshots from my phone, so the screenshots are not as wonderful, to be honest. My opponent could have potentially gotten a few more banners, but not enough to clear me. I don't think they could have cleared me, and you'll see that they didn't actually have enough banners to clear me anyway. So let's see. They failed a couple times. You can barely see it there, guys. Over on the right hand side, failed a couple times on my Qui-Gon Jinn team up top. They failed a couple times on my Supreme Leader Kylo team. I think that was in the front. Was it in the back? I don't remember. It's in the front because you can see the 0 out of 4. And then they did fail one time. Look at that. I didn't even notice that they killed all my ads except for oh, that's a little sad. Except for my Mark 6 and the Scimitar Silencer, whatever it's called. They didn't try on the other fleets because at that point they were mathematically excluded from being able to win. They needed to average, once they got to fleets, I noticed that I did the math, they needed to win, they needed to get a 73 on all of them. So I guess they could have got on 71 on each and tied me, I believe. They could have dropped 2 on each, but they didn't. They dropped 20 on Leviathan and Rage Quit, which is great. We got the win. So we're back in Kyber 1, just barely. And if this is going to be our final season, I am really excited for it, guys. I'm going to change the defense next week, and we'll see what happens. Please, keep watching. Let's get pumped. I'm excited to see what happens in the series. Maybe we have an epic week coming up, folks, and then we have an epic week of horrific failures. That might happen. Let's hope not. But one way or another, folks, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.